Kevin here, and welcome to day 3 of the Freecycle computer trio. And so I'm gonna start taking apart the HP and transfer parts into this case. Okay, so I'm back here, and through the magic of video editing, I've managed to gut out most of the HP case. Here's the motherboard, and the I/O shield was a pain to remove, but I eventually managed to get it out. And the BioStar I/O shield, which is this one, does fit. So I'm going to transfer the HP motherboard and the parts into the case through the magic of video editing. Okay, so I've managed to mount in the motherboard and power supply. Next thing I'm going to do is to mount the front control panel. The power LED connection okay, excuse me. The power LED connection uses 3 pins instead of 2, but there's 2 wires, so the HP power connector is 2 pin rather than a 3 pin connector. So because of that, I have to improvise. I found this pin. Okay, the reason why I was spitting in the previous video clip because I ended up getting some dust in my mouth, and my shirt was also very dusty. So anyways, thank goodness I have mouthwash. I plugged in the HP stock power connector, and I really applaud BioStar for always printing the pinouts for the connectors right when for the front panel connector, I mean. That's the case fan connector, so that's there. There's a large audio header. It has some jumpers, so I can just plug in the HP connector there. There's a BIOS chip there. The Intel heatsink power connector is right there, and so that must be the case fan, I guess. So yeah, because of the fact that the BioStar front panel connector is somewhat universal, and they tell you the pinouts, I found that the 2 unused pins on the HP power connector, besides the one keying pin, those 2 pins are actually a reset connection, which HP never used in their HP Pavilion A1000 series. So, okay, yeah. So it turns out with my hard drive, the SP actually stands for the Spin Point series, and the 200 in there means it's 200 gigabytes. I don't know what the 4C stands for, and they didn't mark the manufacturing date and month. Shouldn't have actually took out the cage because it turns out that it's actually, if you remove it, it's for you to replace the front fan. But I realized that there's actually a way to mount the hard drive. It comes with these special rails. So there's 3 kinds of rails. There's this rail for this I think I saw it came with like only this size, 2 each for 1 drive. And then there's these 2 things here which actually go onto the side of the drive here. There, you have to flip the hard drive upside down and stay in. Okay, and then this will go over here, and then the hard drive go in here and can slide it in, and it will click into place. Okay, so it actually so in the thanks to the magic of video editing, I managed to complete most of the inside of my new case for my HP Pavilion A1270D, and I actually used the floppy drive cover, which they wrote as zip drive. I don't know, I bet you want to be in bed with iOmega, try to promote this drive by writing zip drive instead of floppy drive, but whatever it is, it's just a 3.5-inch bay. There's the fan connector. I actually hide all that behind here. I also hide an extra IDE cable up there, just because I felt like doing it. And I still need to install maybe the capture card. I've also assembled most of the front faceplate. The empty drive bay, I just covered up the DVD icon and the open close text. So yeah. To the computer store. What do you like to buy? I like to buy this capture card. I want to buy this, and I want to buy this Ethernet cable. Okay, so that's the inside completed. Now I'm ready to close up the case. So I got the motherboard mounted in the HP case. Now this cable here is too short, but however it turns out the HP actually just coiled the cable around the fan. So I just cut these two cable ties here, and then I should get the full length of the cord and plug it down to that header there. That's where the case fan header is on this motherboard. I also don't know whether I really need to replace the CMOS battery or not. And also there's the two SATA ports. I'm only gonna use one of them for the hard drive, but it's a good thing that this at least has some SATA ports on it. So yeah, I'll be right back. Most of the parts into the computer, but however, some of the cables, the motherboard did not support the connections on the front. What I did is just put electrical tape. So you may not like it, but I like it. I'm okay with this, I mean. And I got the hard drive in there. Anyways, it's a good thing this old hard drive actually has a so-called legacy power connector, but there is a warning there that says not to use the SATA and legacy power connector at the same time, because this was the original drive that came with the A1270D. The 200GB drive was actually from a higher end A1388D. So yeah. Anyways, I connected the fan already. I still need to install the expansion cards. And I can just cover the Sienna port because I'm not using it. I'm also not using the floppy drive port. But I have connected the IDE cable. I have a lot of IDE cables lying around, so I decided to just stuff in an extra cable whenever I need it. I did it the same thing with my A1270D, which I changed the case earlier in this video. But yeah, once I put this up, it should boot up into a Windows XP and see that it is a pirated version. But of course, I am going to reinstall Ubuntu. More specifically, I'll try to run XBMC Ubuntu on here, which is basically a Ubuntu that actually boots straight into XBMC, which is a very nice media center software. I'm sure you'll love it on your more higher spec home theater PC. So yeah, I'll be right back. Luckily, I did some research online, and it turns out that the so-called ATI whatever something Ultra, it's an ATI Rage 128 Ultra, which is actually a 32MB video card. So this is onboard graphics that shares the RAM, so it's 64MB shared from the system RAM. And so I think for the Sound Blaster Live, I think I am going to put that and the ATI card back into the Dell, because you wouldn't be able to run the system without that. I mean, you won't be able to actually turn on the system without that. So yeah, I'm gonna put that back in and then kind of sell the system for parts. If someone wants to kind of make it work or something, but either that or I'll just keep this computer. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but oh well. But you know what, I think maybe I'll probably just sell this as parts for $10, since I've taken a lot of parts from it, and I'll only leave in the ATI card. But then the problem is that with this pretty nice looking sound card here, the Sound Blaster Live SB0200. It's pretty nice, but I don't have like the special header cable that would have came with it in retail to actually adapt it to an a onboard audio connection like that. So if I have this card, I will only be able to use it on the back ports. So I have no idea. There'll be the more research and see whether
Okay,
I could use
one
this card
thing
or
I
not.
forgot to tell you is that when I got that custom built from the person on Freecycle, I forgotten to tell you that when they built it, they threw away the CD audio cable, so I cannot play audio CDs in hardware. I have to do it in software. However, However, for me, there isn't really much of a big problem. Anyways, I at least have an IDE cable and the power cable here. I've simplified the cable. I did some cable management, although you may call mine messy, but the case doesn't have actual holes for cable management because it's a ready-made PC. And that's the hard drive. That's the SATA cable. So I think I'll be able to give this a run and see if it really works. Okay, I put the system together, and it seems that the spec sticker has finally faded away. There's very little that can be seen of what remains of the spec sticker. Now I'm gonna test this computer here. And then if it does run and I set it up, I think I will black tape the HP logo and the HP text below here. Because I have OC, and I also take out the Intel Pentium 4 and those XP stickers because I have that kind of OCD. Now let's hook up the cables and we'll do a smoke test. Okay, is the switch on the back on? Okay, I turned on the main power. I'll get my copy of Hiron's Boot CD. I have to stick my since the power button cover is missing, I have to stick my finger down like that and push in the button. And I'll turn on the monitor here. I also put my broken IBM floppy drive in here to fill the space. It is BioStar. Floppy disk fail. CMOS checksum error. CPU ratio change fail. Okay. I don't think this is the RAM problem because I checked the BioStar website. They say that maximum 2 GB is supported. I'll put the disk in. So we already get some errors here. Press F8 to enable system configuration. F8. The keyboard response. Press delete to enter setup. And try to set all this up. So yeah, the CMOS battery definitely is dead. I'll go and replace it. system fan speed is the fan that's installed at the back. CPU fan's speed is the CPU heatsink. And the computer just locked up, so anyways, I need to replace the CMOS battery as well. Delete is the setup. Advanced chipset, no. Put it to IDE. I want to see how Windows XP will complain about Windows Gen 1 Advantage, but I want to see if I can enable a second hardware profile. Okay, we went into the Windows boot menu, but then there's some underscan problems, but that's normal. So we have Windows advanced option menu, least select an option, the up and down arrow keys. I'm gonna use safe mode for Windows XP Home, and it's doing the text mode startup. I want to see if I can. I bet because I know if I start up in safe mode, then Windows Gen 1 Advantage won't start. Because when the Windows XP came out, Windows Gen 1 Advantage was a later edition in, I believe, Service Pack 1 or 2. That's what I think, at least. If you think I'm wrong, just correct me in the comment section of this video. And I covered the camera. Okay. I'm not sure where the beep came from. I'm guessing it came from the motherboard. But I did not get to reinstall the OS. We can click your username, administrator and HP owner. Okay, there's the mouse. Okay, I accidentally clicked log on. Oh well. But this is what the Windows XP logon screen looks like when there's a very limited screen space. It puts the welcome text on top. You can see the hard drive is it, and okay, it's going in. Oh, it just beeped again. Oh, I see. I think maybe it's the Windows that's sending commands to beep the speaker, but this motherboard has a high-pitched beep. Yes, I want to log on to safe mode. There's a mouse. Start. And we have all the HP software on the desktop. I removed some of it. I'm just fooling around with this. And I'm just experimenting only. Properties. This is supposed to be the XP Lunar theme, but in safe mode it does not load the UX theme service. So we have Windows XP Home Edition, registered to nobody, manufactured and supported by HP Pavilion, Intel but it says Intel Pentium D. The computer originally had a Pentium 4 and it's detecting a ton of devices. So I need to go to hardware profiles and just create a profile tool. Okay. I'll put profile 2 first. But it is detecting a whole host of devices. Let's press OK and let this all detect. HP PS2 keyboard. found you. Oh, it's detecting even more drivers. I'll just entertain you with this. Although I am not going to keep this XP installed on here, because you'll say Windows is not genuine. And I am planning on running Linux on here. Multimedia audio controller, so it's trying to install the VIA audio thing. I don't have the XP, I am not gonna actually, okay, now it's trying to install the VIA graphics. Installing the TV7133 capture card. I think this is Realtek Ethernet. Continue anyway. Yeah, it's funny how to see these all these HP HP factory load things on the fresh install here. Finished installing the software for a computer, ACPI multiprocessor PC, and it's detecting even more. Found new hardware. Your new hardware won't install until you restart. There's the drivers for the HP printer that was originally with this, but it's connected to the Acer custom build, which is Dad's computer that he doesn't really use. He mostly uses his iPad. Oh, Intervideo Win DVD before they were before Intervideo was bought by Corel. Microsoft Encarta. I believe there's 2005. Oh, okay. I think I remember now. This is Microsoft Work. This is some version of Microsoft Work Suite. We have Movie Auto Producer 4.0. I never tried that, but okay. And an old version of QuickTime. It looks like Sonic software, including Record Now. So it's multiple suite. PC Help and Suit. HP Pavilion support thing. HP PC system recovery. Yeah, all this stuff here. I like to create DVDs of the HP original software. So when I sell that computer there, I will have the original HP software to go with it. I don't want to restart now. HP Recovery CD DVD Creator by SoftThinks. So yeah, it doesn't say like how many discs that you can run, but I'll just cancel that and just see whether I really want to back up the HP factory install or not. But it will be good to do so. I have some spare DVDs in my drawer that I would like to use. So anyways, I like to tell you that this is the end of day 3, and thanks for watching. Not a HP computer, by the way. And by the way, it's not connected to the internet. I just want to see how Windows Genuine Advantage will complain. Windows product activation. This copy of Windows must be activated with Microsoft before you can log on. Do you want to activate Windows now? It should shut down. Oh, plus HP. And it's just a blank screen with the HP logo. Oh, hey, welcome, HP owner. No. Oh, okay, I see. It actually logs off. So you can pull up the task manager.
No. So it should be able to not connect to the internet. Activate Windows. Let's activate. No, log me off. So I don't I don't know if they still do this kind of aggressive stuff. Yeah, it just logs you off, that's all. So you're stuck at the logon screen there. But it will work in safe mode. I just want to make sure I can make the recovery disks before I safe mode. The last known good configuration for Windows XP Home Edition. Okay, Profile 1. Anyways, I'm not gonna activate it on this computer. I'll activate it on that one because the motherboard is in there, and at least the motherboard should be able to be allowed to activate. Welcome, error. Let's try and at least get to the HP program to create recovery media. So but I can see that there is clear type enabled. Yes, I want to. By the way, the Ethernet cable is not connected. You can see a privacy statement, all that is secure, so you cannot get off this thing. If you get your network settings, just skip. Remind me later. Oh, and it logs you off. So yeah, I must put it into that computer if I want to activate it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, the drive is connected here. Let's turn this on, and when it boots up, it should not complain. Okay, I need to reset the VGA cable. Oopsie, I just unplugged the capture card. I'll check that later. Okay, just should be able to enough. Okay, F2. Okay, here's a lesson for you. If you take your Windows XP or later hard drive, put it into another computer, put it up, you'll Windows XP, Windows Genuine Advantage will complain at you and try to get you to reactivate. But if you turn off the computer and not without activating Windows, and then you put it back into the original computer, you'll still boot up and work perfectly. So yeah, that's just a little lesson for you. Yeah.